Hey guys, it's Lizzie. So as you guys hopefully know by now, episode 11 Revelator is going to be released this Friday. So because of the release date, we actually got 2 trailers for Revelator. I have already posted an analysis for both of those trailers, but I put it on my reaction channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing my analysis, you'll have to go over to that channel. I have the videos linked in the description. But for today's video, I actually wanted to talk about one part of the trailer in particular that I found really interesting. So as we know, Marinette is being targeted in this episode. This guy named Vincent, who is most likely the same guy that got akumatized in Pixelator, has it out for Marinette because, as the synopsis said, he'd do anything to get noticed. So because Adrien and Marinette are the hot topic in Paris, he decides to post a bunch of hateful things about her, essentially just trying to ruin her reputation so he can build a following for being the one to expose her. And because of this, at one point we see a clip of the Tom and Sabine bakery and someone has clearly vandalized it. I personally think that Vincent isn't the one who actually did this. I think people just saw the hate that he was spreading and decided to do something about it. Because Adrien was famous long before Marinette came into the picture. People wanted to be him or wanted to be with him. And since he was single for some reason, it gave people the illusion that they had some kind of chance with him. But now that he's taken, people are jealous of Marinette. And it totally makes sense for this to be the case because this kind of thing happens a lot in celebrity culture. A guy will get a girlfriend, and because people are jealous of the fact that they're not the ones dating the guy, they hate on whoever he's dating. And they basically devote their life to making the girlfriend seem like the bad guy so other people will turn on them as well. I think that's the same kind of situation here. They don't like the fact that Marinette is dating Adrien, so they're gonna try and make Marinette out to be this horrible person who is severely mistreating her boyfriend. But that's not even really my main point here. Obviously someone did this because they don't like Marinette, but I can't help but feel that the writers added this scene in because this art is meant to also be a representation of something that will happen later on in the season. And the main thing that makes me believe this is actually the black cat that was added. Evidently it's not that weird. There's a black cat because witches and black cats tend to go together, but in this context it is a little odd, specifically because Cat Noir is a black cat. Of course, we're still really early on in the season, so there's not a whole lot of context that give us clues as to what this could be foreshadowing or representing, but of course, I still have my ideas. I actually posted a video on TikTok about this, and everyone kind of jumped to the foreshadowing Lady Chaos or foreshadowing an Adrinette breakup conclusion, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know my opinions on the Adrinette breakup. I sincerely doubt that it would happen, so of course, I don't think that that's what it's foreshadowing. Lady Chaos, on the other hand, is possible, and I think that's kind of the theory that I'm leaning towards. And my main reasoning for this actually goes all the way back to Cat Blanc. There's a very specific timeline, and things need to happen in certain ways and in certain orders in order for the timeline to be on track. So the reason why the timeline got messed up in Cat Blanc is because Adrien found out who Marinette was before he was meant to, and in a way that he wasn't meant to. This event caused a ripple, and everything that was supposed to happen in the normal timeline started happening sooner and in a different order than it was supposed to. And so because of this, Cat Blanc has a lot of parallels to the events of season 5. For example, Gabriel was always meant to pass away, but because Adrien and Marinette discovered their secret identities, Gabriel ended up passing away from a cataclysm rather than making the wish. There's also a lot of other parallels like Adrien and Marinette dating, Gabriel pulling Adrien and Marinette apart, the final battle, etc. Which is also really interesting because what do you mean they practically gave us season 5 on a silver platter in that episode, but we had no idea? That is crazy. Anyway, my main point in bringing up Cat Blanc is that I think our answers might actually be in that episode. Marinette thinks she's not good enough for Adrien. She's thought that from the very beginning. And now, with all of the secrets that she's kept from him, I can't help but think that she feels that unworthiness more intensely than she ever has. And in Cat Blanc, Marinette was forced to break up with Adrien, stating that she isn't right for him, that she doesn't love him anymore. Obviously, she runs off and Gabriel tries to akumatize her, but luckily Adrien intervenes and cataclysms the butterfly before anything happens. Then of course we get this really cute Marinette hug scene. Now, side note, I'm pretty sure the scene is actually a parallel to Revolution because Adrien leaves for London and tries to break up with Marinette, but then she ends up running to him, basically letting him know that they're going to be okay, that nothing is wrong, that him being away isn't going to be the end of their relationship. And that's basically what happened in Cat Blanc, right? Except the roles were reversed. Also, another side note is Gabriel was the one who separated Adrien from Marinette, which in Cat Blanc, he was separating Marinette from Adrien. So theoretically, the scene has already been paralleled. However, in that scene, Marinette was almost akumatized, but nothing like that ever happened in Revolution. So because of that, I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel like this scene hasn't truly been paralleled yet. And that's exactly what I think the graffiti could be representing or foreshadowing. I think with all of these secrets, Marinette is going to feel like she's not right for Adrien more and more. And at one point, it gets so intense that she thinks the only way to get away from it is to break up with Adrien. So she goes to him and tells him that she doesn't want to be with him anymore, aka Marinette being the witch hurting Adrien. And then, of course, in the art, she rides off on her broomstick with her black cat. cat. So I think maybe Marinette runs off and then Adrian goes to talk to her as Cat Noir, and then maybe we get another elation type of episode, except Marinette actually gets akumatized in this episode. Oh, and like obviously there's no Marinette kiss in this one. Or maybe Marinette gets akumatized right after and the black cat could be representation of Cat Noir being there to save her, like Ladybug was there to save Cat Blanc, which I feel like kind of brings up the
Marinette, move!
Adrian?
Blanc, close out! Cataclysm!
scene into question. And I just wanted to clarify, if everything that I've stated is true, Adrian won't transform into Cat Noir and Cataclysm the butterfly. This video is not me trying to say that there's going to be a reveal. Once again, one of the reasons why the timeline was so messed up in Cat Blanc is because they discovered each other's secret identities. So if there is in fact a parallel to this scene in season 6, the whole identity reveal thing will not be included. I do however think Adrian might witness the akumatization, but he just doesn't intervene and expose his identity like he did in Cat Blanc. My only other idea of what this could be representing is simply Marinette's internal struggles. Like I said, she keeps so many secrets from Adrian, and so maybe she begins to see herself as the villain who's just out to hurt Adrian. Maybe the more we get into the season, the more we start seeing Marinette viewing herself as the witch in the graffiti. Not really sure though. As I said, there's not too much to go off of right now, but hopefully as we get more episodes of season 6, we'll have some kind of idea. But anyway, that is all I have for this video. Feel free to let me know any theories or ideas you guys have about the graffiti. I'm actually really interested to know your guys' thoughts.